It's Rob!
Tony!
And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to the I'm Rob.
I'm Tony.
And today we're going to be talking about which pack is best to buy. As we know, we've made this video 2 times before, but as each expansion comes out, obviously the packs you can purchase are different, especially now with standard mode hitting. We no longer have...
You can't even buy GBG packs.
Yeah, can't even buy GBG packs, so it makes it that much easier for new players to come in, because now they only have 3 packs to pick from instead of the 4 that were there before, and all those adventure modes. But we're not going to talk about those. We're solely just talking about packs in this video, and we've got a couple different scenarios based on what kind of player you are, whether if you're just starting Hearthstone, brand new, only maybe a week or 2 old, have, you know, brand new, you've got to like...
You got to rank 22.
Rank 22, there you go.
Literally like a newbie. If you're
There
a super newbie, have very little cards.
Yeah,
what would you recommend first?
Well, let's go with who we're talking about. So we got the noob, and then we got the intermediate player. You've been playing a couple months. You're just wondering, hey, you know, I've got, 500 gold. Should I buy packs? Should I go arena? If so, which packs do I buy? And then you have the guy who is a veteran and has all the cards, and he's watching this video, and we don't know why. So
we disregard that guy.
We don't talk about that guy because you don't need this video. So off the bat, new player coming in here, you see 3 different packs to buy. One has a nice little ribbon on it. This old one looks pretty boring and no one would want to buy classic. And this one, looks pretty good. Grand tournament packs, cool. There's grass on the board. Good stuff. So brand new player, classic without a doubt is your best bet. This is basically your foundation to whatever deck you're going to build, because the cards in classic are without a doubt, in my opinion, some of the best in the game. Whether it be a legendary, class-specific rares, or just commons in general. It's just really solid across the board.
You want to give some examples?
Archmage for Mage. I mean,
Tyrion for Paladin.
Tyrion for Paladin, Hellscream for Warrior. It's just all of the class-specific cards that come from Classic. This is basically, I mean, if you think of a house, you build the foundation first, and then you build everything else around it. I've used this example.
Doomsayers, like, there's just so many good cards.
There's just a lot of utility cards and just a lot of solid creatures. I mean, even a Chillwind Yeti for beginning players. It's a 4/5, 4-drop common card that, fits into any deck, whether you're running tempo or late game or mid-range. It's just...
it is a solid early game card.
Yeah, so this is basically your foundation. Like I said, I mentioned this in all of my videos, actually. You have to build the foundation of the house first, and then you build the shit up around it. So your drapes, your carpet, your couches.
Well, I mean, whenever you build a deck, you start with the basic foundation. And a lot of those cards come from the classic. I mean, a lot of them are basic cards that you're going to get from just playing and leveling up each character. But then there's so many additional spells and creatures for each class, and a lot of the neutral minions that you just need from Classic. So without a doubt, newest players start here.
Okay, yes. And then from there, so as a new player, Classic pack, without a doubt, your best bet. Now heading to someone who's played this for a couple months now, you've built a pretty solid foundation of Classic cards, right? You found that you've gotten most of the cards that you need. Maybe you're missing a couple legendaries here and there, maybe a couple epics, but not a whole lot. You have, when you open up a pack, you have 4 out of the 5 cards, 3 out of the 5 cards. You know what I mean? So this is where you start to venture off into maybe some of the other packs. And you're like, okay, well, now that my Classic set's built, I've got my foundation, what the hell do I build next? I want a flat screen TV, I want a new sofa, I want a couch, I hate these fucking drapes, let's tear this shit down. So we're like, okay. Whispers of the Old God, brand new expansion, just released. It's hard to say how good the gods are as of now. They seem to be really fun and interactive, and they're really cool, but how actually competitive they are in a deck that's, tier 1, gonna get you to legend, I'm not sure. But as of now, they seem pretty good, and I definitely can see them being in decks in the future, but I don't want to place all, your guys' faith in, you have to build an old god deck and have to have these cards, because you may not have to.
I think it's really gonna depend on what kind of deck they want to build. If you want to build something like, if you want to build things that, like Fatigue Warrior or Control Warrior, a lot of very solid control cards are coming out of TGT. I mean, there's Bash, you need Justicar. Justicar Trueheart is very important for a deck like Control Warrior, because it replaces your hero power with a better one that allows you to get more armor and last longer in the game. So it's just really going to depend. You're going to have to decide what kind of deck you want to build, and then start looking at it. If you want Inspire mechanics that deal with your hero power, TGT.
As we can't go over every single card in each one of these sets, it's almost based on you guys to look what cards are in each set. So we can give you a general sense, because Whispers of the Old God, as we know, the Cthulhu card, the N'Zoth card, the Yogg card, most decks that run these new God cards, the whole entire deck revolves around those cards and building up to playing them. So you're basically playing a deck built around maybe 1 synergy with the god, maybe 2.
I would say specifically, like a good example of a deck that revolves almost entirely around this pack of cards is Cthulhu Druid. Yeah. It's an entire deck that bases around a brand new legendary that you get for free.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really good cards from here that synergize with it. You're almost, I think, like 80% of your deck, if they aren't basic or a couple classic cards, they are cards from here. Exactly. I can't even think of any TGT cards, Grand Tournament cards that are in that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming from that, you kind of just want to look at the deck that you're looking to build, and then based on that, after you've built up your foundation, look into TGT and look into Whispers and see, which decks you're looking to build and which set has the most cards in that deck that you're looking to get. In my opinion, just solely off my opinion, I think off the bat, Classic, once you get this, of course, remember, Classic first. There's going to be a comment that says, should I buy a Classic pack? Yes, you should, if you're a beginning player. And then TGT, it seems like while there are, let's say you're a new player, you obviously can't build all 9 decks and have a whole bunch of classes. So you pick down, slim it down to, let's say you like Priest and Warrior. Then Justicar Trueheart is a card you're definitely going to need. And it's only 1 legendary out of this whole set. You basically need only 3 cards out of this whole set. Craft those, just those, and then you can go to Whispers of the Old God, and you have a lot of variety from there with all these new cards and the gods themselves, which open up new decks for you to play in other classes.
But if you want to build something like Totem Shaman,
then you got to go
that's
TGT.
Almost completely TGT.
Exactly. So it basically, depending on what you want to build, is which route you take, whether it's the old gods,
craft cards from there, buy packs from there, or craft cards from there and buy packs from there.
Yeah.
So really, just you gotta do your homework. We can only point you in some.
We're not going to lay out each individual deck and look over each card because we want to make this video short, informative, to the point. To get the best bang for your buck, do a little research in what decks you want to build. If you don't know what decks are out there, check out our deck guide playlist because people will ask, hey, what do you think about this deck? And we'll actually have just posted a deck guide on that specific deck literally the day before. Yeah. So
we recommend watching that if you like that deck.
Yeah.
We have the deck list on the side. Go into crafting mode, see what you have, what set they're from. It says right when you click on the card what set they're from, and then you can decide around there. Oh, wow, 80%. I'm missing, 14 cards from this deck, and almost all of them are in TGT.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy TGT because I really like this deck.
Exactly. Makes the most sense. Best bang for your buck there. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, we don't mind answering those at all. If you do need help, but it's kind of hard to say what pack is best for you besides the beginning player, which of course Classic, again, is going to be your best bet. And even when sometimes you're not even that sure and you're still if you've only been playing, let's say, a month or two, sometimes depending on how much you play, Classic could still be the best choice for you. So do you have
I think you have less Classic cards. I think you have more of the expansions, a higher percentage of the expansions covered than you do Classic.
Yeah, I'm still missing a ton of Classic cards, but I've only kind of crafted what I need, which is what a lot of players do. Obviously, we can't own every card in the game, as that'd be really, really expensive. So I've done my homework, I've seen what decks I want to build, and then I craft the specific cards around that. And it makes the most sense. And to get the best bang for your buck and to get the most value out of your dollar, you have to do research. It's a card game. With any other card, and anything in life, if you're looking to invest heavily, you do your research. So it's just one of those things.
You don't just buy a car if you have no idea what it does.
Exactly. Not that this is anywhere near the price of a car, but you're spending your hard work.
It's a similar mentality, though.
Yeah, you're spending your hard-earned money, and you want to do it, put it in the right direction. So definitely, hopefully we covered that. I know this seems kind of simple and verbatim, just like, oh yeah, do this, do that. But honestly, it really breaks down to just doing your homework.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So with that said, hopefully this kind of went over the general sense of which pack to buy, as each player is going to be different. Sorry we're rambling, but trying to answer as many questions as possible because we're definitely going to get a lot in the comment section below.
Oh, and on the topic of the comment section, if you guys see a question you can answer, if someone asks, if I want to build this deck, what is it from? Help us out. See if you know the answer to that, please. We encourage answering questions for us. It's getting to the point where we have a lot of comments a day.
Yeah, we don't either answer all the questions or make videos for the day. It's one or the other now.
It gets to the point where we're getting 80 comments plus a video, on some. So it really helps when you guys.
If you know the answer and you want to interact, you're more than welcome to. But if you don't, it's okay too.
Yeah,
don't
absolutely.
Hold it against you. So as always, hopefully we've answered your question and done a decent job. If not, help out the newbies below and let us know what you think we've missed. As always, I'm Warshack.
I'm Tony.
And happy whatever the hell day it is.